Hi, friend. I'm in my basement right now because my chair in my room is covered in stuff and I didn't want to clean it off. And I just recently took my meds and they're starting to kick in, so I am getting really tired and drowsy, so I apologize if I seem drugged. It's because I am. Um, but this week we're talking about support systems, okay? I'm very fortunate to have a really big and really awesome support system. Um, I have from the very beginning, mostly. My first link in my support system was my boyfriend, and he still is. He and I talked about gender and like sexual orientation without judgments or concerns, and he was totally accepting and loving, and he still is as I continue to work on my gender and sexual orientation because they're both still fuzzy. Um, my family has also been a good support system. I'm really lucky in that regard because most people don't have supportive families. But my family has been really great. They were really hesitant at first. My parents were, but since then have become quite supportive. And I've taught them a lot, and they're interested in learning. And my mom has actually, become quite interested, and she does a lot of research on her own and makes connections, and is currently working on helping a school in our area develop trans-friendly policies. So she's taken like an activist kind of role. And my sister has been supportive from the beginning. When I came out to her, her reaction was like, "Well, duh." Um, and so I mean, she immediately switched pronouns and stuff. My parents struggle with pronouns still. It's been a year and like 3 months, and my mom like is totally horrible with pronouns with anybody. Um, and so it's just like I like fried her brain or something, and she can't handle it. But she does try and things. But she is bad with everyone's pronouns. Um, uh, this past year has been a huge struggle. But it has shown me my support system, so I'm gonna talk about that, even though it's not quite directly under the category, but it's related. So what happened was that I came out to my school because I went to a Catholic school, and we wanted to make sure that they like wouldn't let people beat me up and stuff like that. Um, and at first, my school said they were okay with me and like on my side, and they thought it was fine, and yeah, they would make sure I was taken care of and stuff. But then um, they talked to the bishop of my district, kind of thing. If you don't know how that works, for Catholic education, first of all, lucky you, and second of all, the bishop is in charge and he gets to make all the decisions and call all the shots. Um, and so he said that basically my school wasn't allowed to call me Warren, which was the name I chose, or anything like that, and or recognize me as male in any way, or recognize me as anything except my birth name and the sex I was assigned at birth. Um, so that was a huge blow, and it really, really sucked. But so like they had to use my birth name on everything and all my documents, and they forbade any of the teachers from calling me Warren, and kind of it was it was miserable, and I was suffocating. Um, but the and this was after I had legally changed my name to Warren, so they didn't even like I still don't know how they got away with it. Um, but I really got to see who supported me and who didn't. Like a lot of my teachers called me Warren, even though they could have gotten fired for it. And some people went out of their way to call me Warren, even though they could have gotten caught and fired. Um, and the student body at my school was actually really accepting, which you would never guess at a Catholic school. But it was actually really like the masses of the student body were just fabulous to me. Um, and I mean they were the random dicks who harassed me in the hallway or whatever. But those like incidences were few and far between. Um, but uh, so there was like this core group of upperclassmen at my school, um, who I had known before, and they were really, really supportive of me. Um, and they organized this protest kind of thing. It was, just a nonviolent, silent little protest, um, to show my school administration that what they were doing was wrong. And the administration gave them the decision of either knocking it off or going home. And so a bunch of kids just went home, and the kids who couldn't go home cut class, um, to show support for me, and it was really, really awesome. And it was I don't know, it was heartwarming, I guess, just to after being so hopeless for so long. It was nice to see that there were good people in the world and stuff. Um, and so I mean, kind of along with that, I just want to say to everybody that there is hope, and yeah, some people will be jerks, but some people will be really great, and you just gotta find those great people, and yeah. Um, Anyway, back to the support system topic. So last year, my support system included a bunch of teachers who were absolutely fantastic. And one of my biggest supporters was my French teacher, who is like this middle-aged white guy, and he's like really kind of um, more conservative and very big stickler on the rules, and always follows them even if he doesn't agree with them. But even he called me Warren anyway, and he was always there to listen when I needed help or just needed to talk, and he gave me great life advice and things like that. And I was also in theater, and my theater directors were always were really great people, and I'm actually having lunch with one of them tomorrow, so that's cool. Um, but they both actually stuck their necks out for me and got really close to being fired, um, but they weren't, so that's good. But they took that risk just to support me and show the school and that they were wrong and stand up for what they believed in, and that was crazy. But I've also had a really big online support system, especially with August and our friend Cam, who is fantastic and fuzzy and soft and stuff. So here's a shout out to you, Cam. And pretty much everyone, I don't know, if I've talked to you on Tumblr, I count you as part of my support system. And my friend Adrian, who is almost sort of a trans penguin, but they don't make videos. But they're still awesome. And their boyfriend Jace, who's also awesome, who I got to talk to today. And they're all part of my support system. And now, like, school's officially over, and I'm done with high school. So my support system does seem kind of smaller because I don't see those people every day. And I haven't seen a lot of them in 3 months, which is really weird. But I still count them as part of my support system because I know that if I really needed them, I could call them and they would, be there for me. And I also have some really awesome mentors who have been great. And I have a huge support system, and I'm really, really lucky and very fortunate and very grateful to have that. And I do appreciate every one of them. And so if you need more people in your support system, you can come share my support system. There's lots of room for everybody. But on to weekly updates. Over the weekend, I went to Chicago with my mom and my sister. It's about a 3.5 hour drive from where we live, and it was fantastic and great. And I got to go to the Art Institute and walk around by myself, and that was awesome. So I got to see what I wanted to see for the first time, pretty much in my life. Because usually at art museums we all stick together, and my sister likes the Impressionists, and I mean I'm okay with the Impressionists. I don't mind them, but I prefer like the contemporary or modern art and stuff like that. So I got to see that. And so Chicago was really cool. And I've been running a bunch. I like that I'm running, but I've also been having really bad rage issues. I started new meds kind of officially this past week, so I hope they work, because it's getting harder and harder to control my rage. But the biggest side effect of these new meds is weight gain, and I'm sort of nervous about that because I have body image problems and I've had lots of trouble with eating disorders before, and I still have rather disordered thinking, but maybe if the meds work, it'll be worth it in the long term. I don't know. But I mean, I'm eating okay and things like that, and not obsessing too much. But I am obsessing a little bit. Um, but yeah. Other than that, really nothing's new. Um, but I'm slowly getting more and more drugged feeling, and I'm so tired. So I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you next Tuesday. Yay! Okay, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Okay, bye.